So today we're going to be talking about KC Undercover. We're going to keep this whole Disney theme going here. I recently started watching it because I've never seen it before, and a lot of you guys said that the comedic style was similar to Raven, which I definitely agree. You can tell there's a lot of influence there, and I've been enjoying it so far. I am the Spy Kids generation. One of the main things that first stood out to me was the stunt double. So obviously there's a lot of stunts in KC Undercover. She's a spy, right? And I noticed that it didn't exactly match Zendaya, so it was always obvious and it stuck out like a sore thumb. Later discovered that this was a major problem during season one. Black women stunt doubles complaining about the use of a white stunt double for Zendaya, a biracial character who fights as black in a black family. Apparently, a lot of black women stunt doubles complained about the lack of ethnic stunt doubles being used in a show about a black family. So this concern was brought to SAG. A lot of the ladies did remain unidentified. They wanted to keep their privacy. But when the issue was brought to SAG, SAG went under a full investigation to see if they can get to the bottom of this. Now, they do have a clause, a non-discrimination clause, which states they must endeavor to cast qualified persons of the same sex and or race involved. Zendaya is biracial, but she's a very brown girl. Okay, she's a lighter brown, but she's visibly brown. So, most of the time she wears her hair straight in the series, there is a visible coarseness to her hair because again it is naturally curly and she is half black. And as I'm kind of just watching the series, I noticed, but I didn't think much of it because I'm thinking, let's be real, it's Disney Channel. They never really were that great when it came to stunts. I personally did find it distracting. It was especially in one scene. This was towards the finale of the first season where she's like trying to get her way with Brett and they're riding horses. And there's one moment where she turns around to shoot. And this is a moment where they use the stunt double. And that's where I was just like, okay, this is like not even, you guys didn't even try here because it was very obviously a white woman. As to do an investigation, they send a letter to KC Productions saying, hey, it's been brought to our attention that you might be violating this clause. Let's see if we can fix this. So essentially, they send somebody on set, okay, to see if they were doing what they call painting down, which is essentially painting the stunt double's skin either a shade darker most of the time, a closer match the character instead of just hiring an ethnic or person of color. So basically blackface is apparently so common that they have a whole different name for it called painting down. The rep that they sent on set end up concluding that they were not painting down. But the main stunt woman who brought this issue to their attention argued that just because they aren't painting down, that does not justify the use of a non-ethnic one, especially considering that's not an accurate representation of the main character who's in a black family. Disney Channel had to say about this really threw me off. So the spokesperson at the time, Patty McTeague, I'm sorry, said, I quote, Zendaya is Caucasian and African American. Her stunt doubles are Hispanic and Caucasian. Each fully qualified stunt woman matches Zendaya's height, physique, and skin tone. Considerations include job qualifications, special training, martial arts, gymnastics, and dance, plus efforts to match ethnicity, height, physique factor into casting a body double for the series. Oh, I'm sorry. How is she the same skin tone if she's a white Latina playing somebody who's half black? Threw me all the way off. Come to find out, this stunt woman that they were using is actually the wife of the stunt coordinator. Anyhow, even in like the most what some would consider minor roles when it comes to the scale of production, you still face this level of nepotism and privilege and just discrimination. Blows my mind. Director of EEO and diversity at the time, Attic Moore, claimed that they didn't find any violations, but the production should, in good faith, make an effort to better cast these stunt women. So, for the second season, they interviewed about 14 women, and apparently Zendaya was involved in the process. And they settled on a Caucasian and Maori woman who was from New Zealand. Will technically still be white, but I don't know. I haven't seen what her skin tone is like. Apparently, the only call for the stunt woman was to match the physical physique. There wasn't any mention of actual skin tone. But I'm about to start the second season, so we'll see how much of a difference it makes and if it's as distracting as the first stunt one. I'll let you guys know and drop a follow if you guys want to hear more about TV shows.